live? Okay, I think we're... Alright. I think it's time. I haven't done live reviews in a while, so... It's the entry grade Strike Gundam, a mobile suit from the Mobile Suit Gundam series, Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. A well-loved Gundam series in the Gundam franchise that I've actually never seen before. God damn it. It buffered. Even on stream. No. I did not want that. I did not want that, okay. Great, alright everybody, welcome back to, live reviews. I haven't done a lot of these in a while, but, here we are. Live reviews, it's just live reviews. Wow, I'm bad at explaining things. Since the video didn't work because I sent it to Google Drive, I'm just gonna explain it right now. We are going to be taking a look at the entry grade Strike Gundam from Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. I've actually never seen Gundam Seed. I just bought it because I thought the mobile suit itself looked really cool. Wait, I didn't even pull up the notes like an idiot. So yeah, this is a Strike Gundam entry grade. If you guys don't know what an entry grade is, it's basically, well, how you get into Gundam. I believe there's only a few out. I don't know which ones are out or not, but this is definitely something that's out. I know there is the RX-78-2, but I didn't get it because I didn't find the box version. So this is the actual box, but this is the actual figure that I'm looking at. Now, as you can see, it's quite different to the... How do I say? I'm stupid. It's quite different to the actual box, and I wonder why. Maybe because I actually weathered the figure. I haven't done live reviews in a long time. Let me just pull it off the base. I do keep it on the base. So yeah, I did weather the figure, but we'll get into that later. I did actually film a few shots, but I didn't have time to add them into the figure. The figure review, live review. God damn, we're stupid. But we still have the turntable anyways. I think I have to pull it closer, like an idiot. God damn, I'm stupid. This is gonna be extremely scuffed because I actually haven't done this in a while, live reviews, because I like to script my reviews. So here is the entry grade Strike Gundam after my build of it, which happened last week, and I actually do really like this kit. The sculpting is precise, sharp, and crisp. A lot of the panel lining is actually really nicely done for a cheap figure, and paintwork, the paintwork is mine. I weathered this thing. So the weathering here is, I need to get it. It's across the room, like an idiot. This is what I used. You guys hear the tins already, but yeah, it's just I've never seen anybody do this, but I just used black and brown shoe polish to simulate it being battle worn. If you guys are wondering why I use brown, it's because I went with a more iron-blooded orphans approach to this, more than a, how do I say this, just a cleaner look, because as much as I would have went for just panel lining, I feel like if I did this in an iron-blooded orphans style, it would fit my collection a lot more, because I do like IBO, that I'm definitely gonna get model kits from IBO. So yeah, the figure itself, like the colors, it's quite nice, it's vibrant, not too like vibrant that it looks toyetic. It's just enough to look really good, but it doesn't mean this doesn't look very toyetic at all. As a matter of fact, the shield looks super like looked like it was made out of plastic. That's why I decided to weather the thing. Speaking of weathering, this thing that sold me onto weathering the figure was this. So, yeah, I broke one of the V-fins. I did just find it earlier, so it's right here. It's such a tiny piece. I lost it in my room, but here it is. I'm definitely gonna be super gluing it back on, maybe later in the stream, so look out for that. It's actually, we should focus on the face, because I actually do like the face of the Strike Gundam. It reminds me a lot of what was it, RX-78-2, but a mix of Zeta Gundam too. It's a nice mix of Zeta and RX-78 but this just looks a lot nicer and feels a lot cleaner, which is kind of weird because you know, this isn't clean at all. I weathered it. Speaking of weathering, the reason why it's not like shining is because I use this. It is a clear coat. I know this isn't the proper clear coat for figures, but it's the only one they had, and I actually haven't found a hobby shop, which means I still don't have the hobby side cutters. So that's sad. The rest of the figure actually looks a lot nicer than I remember, because when I first saw the design for the Strike Gundam, I thought it looked a bit generic, and I felt like it's just gonna blend into my shelf a lot, and it kinda does, but in a good way, because it definitely looks like a mecha I'd own. Not like I'd pilot, just something I'd own in my collection. It just looks super nice. And again, I haven't said anything. I feel like my favorite part is definitely going to be the chest design. How do I say this? Because it's super like different to a lot of the Gundam I've seen, but it's also like it's still like that super iconic design. And I think it's now time we move on to the accessories, because yeah, that's how fast it is. I really don't know how to talk about. What do you mean I forgot the agent? What do you mean I forgot the link to your channel? What? Rafael, what does that mean? Rafael, what does that mean? Dear God, what does that mean? I legit can't tell. Anyways. So moving on to the accessories then. We have here his shield. Which I did weather too, obviously, because you can see. I actually can't tell if you guys can see it or not, but quite obvious that there is some. I think if I get it closer and like get into focus, you can see that there's a lot of this like gunk on it, which I do like. But I don't think the camera's capturing the brown, because there is a lot of brown on the actual shield. I just don't know why it's not capturing it, and it looks like panel lining hell. And actually, that is what I was going for. I wanted it to look like more of an oil like than a panel lining, just like soot, like oil soot. I don't know, just something that will make it look like it's been through combat. So how do you attach it onto the figure? Because, well, the figure itself doesn't have any ports, and this doesn't even have a peg. Well, there is this adapter piece which you could just plug in, and both of the back of the arms of Strike Gundam has two of these holes. You could put it on either this one or this one. It's all to you, but I'm pretty sure because of how it's oriented, it goes on this way. And now it's starting to make a lot more sense why the weathering was so heavy on the shield and this specific arm of the figure. And then obviously it's not a Gundam without a firearm. So here is his, I'm pretty sure it's still called a Seed fans, if you know, is this still a beam rifle? Because I'm pretty sure, because I'm still gonna call it a beam rifle. If you guys get triggered by it, I still haven't seen Seed anyways. And what's more triggering to Gundam fans is that I'm still missing a piece. I don't know where it went. I found the V-fin, but this you just plug it in. You actually don't really need to like pull off the back of the hand, which is quite nice. And this itself looks actually really good. I'm not really that big on mecha firearms because I feel like mecha swords and just handheld weapons from mecha just looks a lot nicer to me. But this is definitely not bad. Now, articulation-wise, this is also really not bad for what I paid. I'd say around $8 for this, maybe less. I actually don't remember. This articulation is actually really good. But the only issue I have with it is, well, we'll get into that later. Once the shield comes off, we'll get into the articulate. Okay, never mind. We got alright. So I guess it's time for articulation. I've never gone one by one to joints in a articulation sequence in a long time, actually. So you have the there is a double. It's a dumbbell joint, right? Yeah, it's a dumbbell joint. So we got ball joint on the base of the neck, and then the actual head, which means he can look up quite far. I actually do really like that, and down quite far. It looks nice. The shoulders are on a ball joint, so you can rotate all around. And there is a butterfly joint, so if you want, you can move it forward, you can move it backward, and with the help of the ball joint, the range is actually quite decent. And then you can pull it out, and that is an issue I have with this figure. The ball joints, like some of them, do not like to stay in place, which is a bit of a shame, since the ball joints are extremely important. So you can move it outward like that. The shoulder pad is on a hinge, and just the hinge. Unfortunately, this does get loose, which is a problem. Joint tolerances on this figure can be a little bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. And the shoulder pad can move. There is a bicep swivel, which is actually the first swivel we've seen, like just pure swivel on figure, because, you know, this does count as a swivel, but yeah, single jointed elbow, but it does go past 90, which is quite nice. And ball joint on the wrist can move, can tilt anywhere, and then swivel up, down, you know. This is the most disappointing part of the figure, which is the ab crunch. See, this is what I mean about the ball joints hate me. Ab crunch, not good. Back, not good. But what's so cool about this figure is that this is my favorite joint of the figure. The side-to-side motion. This is insane. But it doesn't really help me much because I'm pretty sure the ab crunch could be more important than side-to-side, guys. I did split this, so this can hinge up when you move the leg, and this is on a ball joint, so when you move out the leg, first of all, that it gets in the way, but you can also, well, I'm just gonna pop off this arm. You can see there is stuff on it. I put glue so that it won't go around, so legs can go out that far, can kick quite kick quite high. My arms are already hurting, goddamn. It's pretty decent, but that's not really my favorite. I've seen better. And then back, it does clash into the butt skirt. So again, it is quite a decent range of motion, but the only issue I have is that the ball joint likes to pop off. There is a thigh swivel, and with the help of this top the top ball joint, the swivel is a lot better, but at the same time, the swivel itself is quite unlimited, so there's not really a point in mentioning that. The legs are a bit of an odd design, because it's obvious that this is the correct orientation, but you can also do this. I haven't seen Seed. I don't know if that's a feature. I don't know if this is just weird, but you can do that. So it's technically double jointed knees, but the double joint, or just top joint, is quite useless, but it does get into a pretty decent kick, back, knee back, I don't know what's called. No swivels. Then here there is a hinge at the feet, which can move up and down like that. There is a ball joint on this foot guard, so it can move around. Be careful. This one did pop off on me. Like this entire piece, I had to just glue it back on. And then the actual feet itself, it might actually be my favorite joint and not this, but I actually can't tell which one's better, because moving downwards it's quite nice, but also moving, oh, that is just insane. Like, let's pop off the entire foot. So keep it to the ground and then lower the camera. If you guys are wondering why the camera quality is worse than normal, it's because I'm using the USB camera, which I really hate. Okay, so it can do this. That's insane. That's amazing. And how much did I pay for this figure? It does this better. I mean, to be fair, the articulation isn't the best still. And now we move on to the size comparisons. I didn't actually get the figures ready. Okay. These are the 3 figures for size comparisons. Currently, probably should clean my hands first, but they're not getting dirty anyways. So for a comparison to a 6-inch scale, we actually have to move up the camera, because, you know, size comparisons. Move this out of the way. I simply hit the microphone, god damn it. This is the entry grade Gundam next to the Figma Phoenix Wright. If you guys are wondering why I'm not using the Figma Chiaki, well, the reason why is the pose I got her in. I really like it, but at the same time, yeah, she's on the ground, so I don't want to move this. I don't want to move this pose. It's such a nice pose, so I'm not gonna move it around. For a standard size figure, we have here the Pop-Up Parade Kizuna Eye, which I do want more Pop-Up Parade figures, especially after what Good Smile has posted. Yeah, I've been sold in the Pop-Up Parade line. And then the last model kit I've built, the Tron model Gridman, which doesn't even fit in the frame. What if I put him back here? It still doesn't fit in the frame. Going to have to bring the camera up higher. There we go. Yeah, that's Gridman. Still he's still the better model kit in my opinion. Can you guys even capture the eyes? Wait, alright. I'll just bring you closer, buddy. Bring you to closer. That. Hell yeah, that looks insane. I love it. So yeah, entry grade Strike Gundam. Not the best, but also not my favorite. Nowhere near my favorite. But this is still an awesome kit. Now, if you guys want this, I mean, it's a really cheap figure, but I would still go with RX-78-2 for your first Gunpla, because this, with the amount of issues, I'm not really going to recommend this. If you've seen Seed though, and not seen the original Mobile Suit Gundam, then go on ahead. Pick your poison. Pick which Strike Gundam you'd like to get, because I know there's a separate version of this with more accessories. Or hell, there's even the high grade, which has the Strike Gundam wings. I forgot what it's called. And this one, you can actually plug in the high grade wings onto the back, but I don't have it. I don't have the high grade, so I just put in a stand. And actually, the aerial poses you can get with this figure is quite cool. And I'm not joking about that high grade thing. It is actually in the manual. Oh, hit the microphone again. Where is it? Yeah, here. It just says here you can put in the high grade wings, which I don't have, but probably should, because I'm gonna become a mecha fan, and Gundam Seed has been highly requested by a lot of Gundam fans. Not to me specifically, but just to people getting into mecha. So yeah, this is the high grade Strike Gundam. Overall, I'd say again it's a good kit, but a lot of issues. But those might be isolated to me. And I feel like I don't regret buying this, but at the same time, probably should have just gotten, what was it? I probably should have just saved to get Barbatorius, because I did see it on the actual shelf. And yeah, that really just concludes this, live review. I will be doing, again, another thing, but for this review, we're practically done. So I'll just be taking a bit of a break, and you guys can just do whatever you really need. So while we're waiting, I'm gonna have to show you guys something. God damn it. It keeps buffering. The stream, come on. I'm legitimately mad that that's how it went. You know what? I'm just gonna play it a second. This is going to that specific video is gonna go up on Side of My Cup of Tea 2, which is the second channel. Yeah, that is gonna be the next review. High grade, Barbados Lupus. I really want that thing. I love IBOs. I actually rewatched the last episode of Iron Blooded Orphans recently, and I really like it. I'm freaking moving the camera by accident. Right, I'm just gonna turn off this light, and then we're gonna get into me gluing back the frick. Alright, I'm just gonna glue back on the V-fin because I right, so first of all I'm gonna pop off the head. Not a lot, just a small dab. You guys can't even see it, can you? Alright, so just small dab. Alright, I think that's enough. So I need to just cap back on. And then get this thing. Can't really tell which way it's supposed to go. Never mind, I see now. And voila, it's fixed. It's not in frame, but there, we got it fixed. It's obvious, it's like not weathered at all, so it doesn't fit, but I'll just weather it later. I had to just get this figure out of the way. I'm not really like concerned about the quality of this review, because to be fair, I'm not really a big fan. Again, not really into Gundam Seed, so I'm not really gonna do this figure justice, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna regret once I actually do watch Gundam Seed. But still, this is a pretty nice kit, so I'm glad that I'm able to get that fixed. But if you guys want a better kit, well, I mean, this guy's definitely more expensive, but again, Tron Model Gridman. It's just a really nice, solid, well, not solid, because, you know, this thing's quite fragile. Yeah, actually, the plastic quality on this thing is a lot nicer than Gridman, which is quite odd. Let's just get a shot of Gridman's face again, because that just, you guys saw. Let me just get it to focus. Yeah, it's so cool. I did actually repaint it, So this silver, yeah, that's by me. Not the mic wasn't on me the entire time. Idiot. The reason why it's moving to the side is because of the wire. So yeah, this is from on Gridman. I quite like it. So that is my kit. That's my kit recommendation if you guys want one. But yeah, go for this if you're going cheap. But if you want a really good model kit, again, just be wary of the plastic quality. I like how it just never fits into the frame. That's how big he is. You know what? Let's put Strike Gundam into a cool pose. Why not? With the possibility of this thing, it shouldn't be too hard. I hit the tripod. Gridman is just chilling in the background. Don't mind him. We can just give it this. I'm gonna put it in the pose that I'm gonna put it on my shelf, so which means I'm going to have to take this. I need this stand because again, Barbados Lupus, March 1st, that's gonna be its release. There will be a stream of it, me building it, so again, I've never seen Gundam Seed, so I don't know what's the most appropriate pose. Actually, I do have an idea of what to use. Where is it? Gundam Seeds opening. Found it. Right, that's okay, so that's the frame. Alright, so this is gonna be what I'm gonna be trying to recreate, this specific scene from Gundam Seed. It doesn't have the backpack, unfortunately, so it's gonna have to do this without a backpack, sadly. Wait, is the... yeah, it's upside down. The reason why I'm fiddling with this off camera instead of on camera is because, well, camera adds a lot of like, it's just a lot harder to do things on camera than it is to do it off camera, which is why I don't like to do live reviews. I mean, I like to do them, but at the same time, they're quite like tedious compared to just a plain old review. That's not bad. If we get it onto the flight stand. You know, I have a fear that this flight stand was just gonna pop on me once. Right. Just pop it here. Camera angle. You guys can't even notice the shield. I have to move this. That's the best you can get. Oh, this is tiring.